For over 20 years, I've written a lot of Jocko stories, over 80. Here's one I think special for 2024. Okay. Jocko Yucky was a young troll, fast in his feet. He was afraid of nothing and ready for anything. He woke up early and had a funny feeling in his heart, like, what's going to happen today? This is supposed to be a holiday, but all over trolldom, people are not happy. They're kind of stressed out, and he could tell just walking along the street. People wouldn't meet him in the eye. They would sometimes kind of shy away from him. He said, I've got to go out and find out what's wrong, and I know the king's worried about it too. He said, but first got to have breakfast. So I was thinking, what should I have for breakfast? So I'm looking for ideas for breakfast. What should Jocko have for breakfast?
Pancakes.
Pancakes made of what?
Bugs.
Bugs. What kind of bugs?
Christmas bugs.
Christmas bugs. So made from Christmas bugs and little bugs that light up in the night. So when you eat them, they sparkle. And you have to make a decision. If I swallow them, are they going to sparkle all the way down my esophagus, into my stomach, into my small intestines, my large intestines? And when I poop, are they going to be sparkling? I don't know about that. But anyhow, he ate pancakes made from sparkling bugs, and he felt good, and he felt sort of light with all those sparkling things going on inside his gut. And he went and he walked out toward Trolldom Square, where he knew the king was going to hold a meeting. And as he got there, and sure enough, the king came out and he had a sad demeanor on his face, and he said, people of Trolldom, we stand here today at a sort of precipice because we want our country to be happy and joyful, but so many things seem to be weighing us down, and particularly the Queen is very sad today. And so I'm looking for ways in which we can make this a more happy, a more boisterous, a more celebratory country. And all the trolls said, well, what do you want? Come on. Shit's happening. This is bad times. We don't feel very good. And they all sort of turned away and walked in different directions. And the king kind of looked around. And he said, well, this is what I was talking about, guys, you know. But of course, Jocko was there with his friends, Taco and whoever else he has, I can't remember right now. And he said, we can probably do something about it. So he said he would go to the newspapers and look around and see if he could find any answers of where some kingdom, some place, had a sense of joyfulness that they could bring to it. And he looked in the newspapers, and Japan didn't seem anything very good, and China was having trouble, and he looked over, and my God, Ukraine was in a mess, and Russia and the United States was in utter turmoil for what was going on. He said, I can't look for any model of behavior there. They're all sort of screwed up. But then he said there was a new list in the New York Times of the happiest countries in the world. And among them was Iceland and Finland. But the weirdest one, I think, was a company, I don't know, what, Bahrain, is that the name? Bhutan. Bhutan had a national philosophy that said, our national philosophy is to be happy. And the king came up and he said, we as a nation are small, we're interdependent, we rely on each other, we're one big neighborhood, and the most important thing in life is relationships, not things, not power, but relationships. So our national motto is going to be, let's be happy. And so Jocko said, how can we bring that to our kingdom? And he went to the king, and they had a private meeting, and he said, what are the things that bring joy into the lives of people? He asked the king, and the king said, well, I don't know. The queen likes to dance. And Jocko said, well, maybe we should have more dance. And she loves music. Well, we should have more music. And she likes film and theater, and she loves poetry. So maybe one of the ways we can make our kingdom more happy is that we support the arts more. We bring more arts in. We let everybody know that inside them is a spark of creativity. And once they discover that, that spark can spread like a fire. And that can bring both into their lives, into the lives of the people they meet, because it's contagious. So they started a national endowment for the arts in Trolldom. And sure enough, by the next holiday season, there was a blooming throughout the country of new expressiveness. There was new music. The radio was full of lovely music. People were dancing in the streets, in the subway. People were drawing pictures and sharing it with the other. And so they found that if they could find the creative spirit within each of them, and then they had a way of sharing that with somebody else. That might be the way to spread within the kingdom a new sense of joy and celebration and happiness. And you know, it didn't happen overnight, but passing time, each year, a new joyful and celebratory and wonderful happiness spread in the kingdom. And that's how Troldom became less depressed and could learn how to celebrate Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Labor Day, and all the days, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all the days that we bring together and celebrate and find that relationships are at the heart of everything we believe in and love. Mwah.
A Jocko yucky story.